Among other industries, France's cheese market has taken a major hit amid the pandemic. The crisis has remarkably reduced the number of takers for high-quality French cheese. Our next report tells you how local dairy producers are dealing with the situation.
French cheese is world-renowned, and the country produces a lot of it. So much that it is difficult to exactly estimate France's yearly production. While production remains high, according to reports, sales have dropped by 60%. As much as 1.8 million tons of cheese is produced by France yearly. And with such a large deficit in sales, what does the future of cheese in France look like? Data shows that due to restaurant closures and shrinking international trade, nearly 5,000 tons of French cheese is at risk of going to waste. With no takers in the market, French dairy producers are left with surplus. The situation has made local dairy farmers rethink and revamp the system. Solon in north-central France is popular for Celle-sur-Cher cheese. Dairy farmers in Solon have started home delivery of their produce. Some are even gifting their produce to lorry drivers as a token of appreciation. The dramatic fall in the demand of cheese is likely to prove disastrous for some dairy farmers.
1,500 cheeses. When you see our stock getting full, you think, how are we going to be able to sell all that? Maybe we can take a radical solution and reduce the goat's lactation so we have less milk, which we did not want to do because we had just started again. Our loan repayments were coming due, social security contributions were due, and we absolutely had to sell our cheese.
Unsure of market behavior amid this pandemic, dairy farmers say they are scared for themselves and their loved ones. In the meanwhile, by exploring marketing channels, they figured out exactly how to make ends meet. But for the long term, bringing cheese to those who cannot step out to buy is not going to be an end-all solution. Dairy farmers are scared that post this pandemic, people will fall back into their routine and forget the importance of local produce.
There's a change in mentality. There's an evolution. But what we don't want is for everyone to fall back into their routine and forget about the system. That's what's scary today. But we still hope that these 2 months of confinement have made everyone think.
As the world comes to grips with the coronavirus outbreak, global food markets have taken a hit. But dairy farmers in Solon are choosing to find the silver lining. One of these farmers believes that the crisis has improved customer relations. The crisis has taken consumers away from industrial, mass-produced cheese. After years, they are going back to the roots and buying local.
The crisis can be a good thing because it creates solidarity, a relationship with the consumer. The consumer can rediscover what PDO cheeses are, namely local cheeses, with the notion of local, short-circuit production, rooted in the territory, rooted in history. Our PDO cheeses are based on an identified territory, but they're also based on animal feeding practices and processing practices that are rooted in history. We are not industrial cheeses. We are the cheeses of history. We are the France of 1,000 cheeses.
Bureau Report. WION World is One.